All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Malzberg panel. I know, calm down. And joining us, senior partner at Adam M. Thompson Law and syndicated talk show host and TV commentator Adam M. Thompson, and co-host of Steele and Ungar and senior political contributor for Forbes.com, Rick Ungar. And gentlemen, let's start with Congressman Steve Scalise, Republican from Louisiana, the newly elected House Majority Whip. And it turns out, and he has acknowledged that in 2002, which is soon to be 13 years ago, he spoke at a group that was founded by former Ku Klux Klan leader, former gubernatorial candidate, former legislator David Duke. Not that I'm any fan of David Duke, don't get me wrong. And now the Democrats and the media, of course, instituting their double standard. The media is going nuts. He's got to resign. They want a congressional investigation in the Congressional Black Caucus, blah, 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 blah. Rick?
Actually, what's been surprising to me this morning, yes, you can expect Democrats to go after him. That's par for the course. You can expect the media. But I've been surprised by how many Republicans have been going after him, saying this is a bad thing for our party, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can't make up my mind. I got to tell you, I've been thinking about it all morning. I'm not sure if he should resign, if he should apologize. I don't like that he did that, but it was 10 years ago. And I'm not sure it impacts on his ability to do his job. By the way, the Democrats, and I am one, but I'm going to be the first to say it, they got nothing to say about it. He's a Republican leader.
Well, not only that, and here's the thing, Adam, David Duke has come out and said, over the years, I've met with 50 elected officials, Democrats, Republicans, and I'll start naming them all if they start trying to throw Scalise under the bus.
Well, I will say this. Here's the problem that they have. The Republicans are now getting control finally. They want to obviously win the presidency in the next election in 2016. So if they want to really try to score points with the vast majority of the public in America, they should make him do a public apology where he acknowledges that he spoke at a group, that he should confirm that he had no idea that the group stood for these things, but confirm that it was something, if he had known, he wouldn't have done it, and make a mea culpa that way and move on. Because without that, the Republicans really want to change their image, get more in the middle, attract more voters to their side to win the next set of elections. That's what they're really going to have to do, Steve.
I don't know if he can sell it with the name of that organization. It was pretty easy to tell who it was. You know, it didn't help him that he didn't come clean at first. It might have made it easier for him. But again, 10 years ago, I have a hard time pinning people with that. But I have a more important question, if you don't mind me asking, Steve. I want to know what that picture, that painting's all about behind Adam. That's an interesting painting.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Mark Chagall. Come on. It's Mark Chagall.
There must be some weird conservative message in that, man. I don't know.
Yes, it's subliminal. Once you look at it, you're changed forever. But here's the deal. I just want to make, for the record, the organizer of that convention, David Duke, had apparently moved to Russia at the time. This organizer of the Euro group was a neighbor of Scalise, and said he asked him, he said that this came about as I organized the Euro meeting for David Duke as a courtesy after he moved to Russia. I've known David for 40 years, and Scalise was his representative and his neighbor, so he asked him and he agreed, thinking it was going to be neighbors, friends, and family. He saw me not as a David Duke guy, but the president of the Civic Association. Here's my problem with all this. I mean, I'm no fan of David Duke, but, you know, Brent Bozell about a year ago compared Al Sharpton to David Duke in many ways, and I believe he was right on target. I could go, I don't know how many deaths David Duke is responsible for. And in the minds of many, Al Sharpton is responsible for the deaths of what happened at Freddy's. 7 people died when he did anything a white racist would do in reverse. A white business owner, Jewish, opens up a business on a black street. He leads protests, calls him a white interloper. 7 people wind up dead and the store burnt down. How's that different from David Duke? I mean, Sharpton wasn't held responsible, but every Democratic politician bows before Al Sharpton, and Al Sharpton is a race baiter. Many believe he was responsible for the Crown Heights riots, the Korean boycott, you name it, he's been involved. So where's the difference?
You know, you say the name Al Sharpton and the decibel volume goes up about 50 points in here. Look, I think you want to be careful going there. I mean, I could actually make the same arguments with David Duke and Klan, deaths, et cetera, et cetera. I wouldn't go there.
I didn't
don't
say
think
he's legally
fair.
responsible. I said many people believe.
But it's the same thing.
Well, listen, David Duke.
Screaming won't make it
I'm
righter.
not screaming. This is how I am. I'm passionate, okay? I'm sorry you don't like it, but it's my show. And the fact of the matter is Al Sharpton has Chawana Brawley falsely accusing cops of all kinds of horrific racial things.
And we can do the same with David
and we
Duke.
And we accept Sharpton.
Where does it get us?
Well, double standard. We're coming back.
Hey, Steve, let me jump in on this. The problem is people should watch the hyperbole that they say.